Okay, everybody, aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about Akin clothing. So basically, we're a clothing company that helps kids receive an education by providing them a school uniform that helps them to attend school. So first of all, let me highlight what the problem is in the first place. So last year, it was reported that 67 million kids who should have been enrolled in school were not. The top 5 reasons for not putting these kids in school, one of them was listed as school uniforms, which seems a really ridiculous thing that simple thing such as a uniform would keep someone away from education. So we started a company. We wanted to see if we could address that problem in some way by an entrepreneurial approach. And so we started a very simple idea of we buy a shirt, we send a kid to school. So I'm going to bring on some, you can decide if they're good looking or not, but people on here to model kind of the shirts we made. So we basically made t-shirts. We made them ourselves, we just used them, we sold them around campus, and we raised the money. And then with the money, we used the funds to pay for school uniforms. So it seemed like a good idea, but as we learned, good ideas are only as good as what you think they are. So we wanted to test it out and prove that it works. And so last year, in December, I went down myself to Peru, to a school down there to test it out and see if this would actually work in practice. So in December of last year, we ran basically a pilot program. We went to Peru and we wanted to see if this would work in real life. And so basically we had a 3-point model of what our pilot run would be. First of all, we wanted to provide something that they couldn't easily get for themselves, but they needed. But we wanted to empower them in the process. We know it can be detrimental to give things away and expect handouts. So what we did in exchange for their school uniforms, we had the kids work on a service project within the community. They planted about 45 trees within their village, and that was their way of paying for it and feeling like they earned their own shirts. Another way we wanted to empower was always do things locally. We buy all of our shirts right here in Laie. We bought all the school uniforms in Peru for the local suppliers so we could stimulate rather than affect the local economy. And the last thing I want to do is sustain. So in addition to the constant range of t-shirts we're putting out, this is an example of one of the pictures that one of the kids drew for us down in Peru. And we're using these to put on the shirts as well. So every step from these, their own made shirts will go back to their own school. And the most important thing we did probably down in Peru was create a model which could be replicated around the world. Okay, so we came back and things really grew from there. We really wanted to see if we could expand it to a bigger thing, and we know that one of the most important ways we could do that was to work on collaborating. So behind me are some of the top people we've already established collaborations with. Just to give you one example, so New Skin, we met with the CEO of New Skin America, and they agreed to send our information out to 800,000 of their contacts. We're doing most of our marketing through social media, so it's very important for us to work with some of the more established brands you can see behind us who've already got a good foothold in that industry, as well as working through local and international charities who are helping us best find the places we want to go. We're always trying to do it through the local people, because we feel like they know the situation a lot better than us. Alright, so as I said, things really went well, and since that time we've already got plans 100% in place to replicate this model, starting out in Ghana in May, Samoa in June, and then Guatemala in November. Now some of the people who are helping us do this are some of the people who are collaborating. You can see, if anyone's been to the PCC, Captain Pitti, he donated one of his artwork paintings that we can use to create a t-shirt that will help pay for school uniforms in his village in Sabati or in Samoa. So this is something that we really believe that we can do on a much bigger scale. We've already proven it works. We made it for profit, we've made money, we provided school uniforms, and we feel like we empowered a lot of people in the process. And so what we wanted to do is to do this all around the world. Now the best thing about it is we don't need to travel to any of these countries to do this necessarily. The first time we are going to go through and visit these places to make sure we have a very sound model that works. We know the importance of kind of changing and improving and increasing the capability of what we have. But once that's established, perfect example, we have a school lined up, it's not set up yet, in Thailand. And the way we did that is work through a BYU-Hawaii graduate who's gone home, who's done all the groundwork, and we basically sent them a how-to package of how to do it. They came back, signed off all the things that need to be done, and so we can just send them money for the uniforms and they can organize a service project and everything else. So it's a model that is working. We did it on a small scale, and we really want to take it on a much bigger scale, and that's kind of where we need help. Just to finish off, we're going to show a video of some of the experiences we had down in Peru so you can see kind of firsthand how it went.